Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm John, and today we're going to take a look at my Sig P320 RXP. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to get into my Sig P320 RXP, do a little review and a walkthrough on it. But first, I want to say to the subscribers, thank you very much for your support. It is much appreciated. And we are at, I believe, today, this morning when I checked, we're at like 123 subscribers, which is, it's not, as big as some of the channels, but we're getting there. Most definitely, we're getting there. And your love and support is much appreciated. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, without knowing that, there's some support there for me to be doing stuff like this. Another thing that I want to talk about today, just before we get into this, and actually before we even get into that, to the new viewers that are here watching this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It means the world to me. It really does. And like I've said before in some of the videos, we're trying to accomplish something here at 3-Line Survival and 3-Line Tactical, which is our website. So make sure you go check that out. But yeah, we're trying to accomplish something here, trying to make the world a better place, so to say. With the channel and with the reviews and stuff like that. So again, to my subscribers, thank you so much. 123 as of today. To me, that's huge. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you're new here and you're just tuning in, I also appreciate you. I appreciate your attention and coming to see me, come to see this channel and see what we're all about, and giving us a try. I promise it'll get better. It's not the best because we're just a small, young channel and business. But as things progress, definitely things will get better. So that's the goal, along with many other goals here. But one of the things that I wanted to get into today, just kind of not even get into it, just kind of breeze over it. Not that it should be breezed over, but a good friend of mine passed away today, actually last night, from lung cancer. And, not just a good friend, really a family member. I don't know how to say this, but I'm really going to miss that guy. That's the way things go in life. But a great man, an avid sportsman, archery, rifle, fishing, just anything in the outdoors. And he taught his kids, how to appreciate the outdoors, and gave them a love for the outdoors. Also, he was a huge 2A supporter, big firearm supporter. So the world's gonna miss that guy. It's definitely a loss. It's a loss for us here at the 3-Line Survival and 3-Line Tactical family, and it's a loss for our whole family. And they really are truly family to me, every single one of them. So it's today is a heavy heart. It just really is. But in appreciation and remembrance of that person, we got to keep doing these things. I'm sure he's watching right now and enjoying it. So just wanted to touch on that, not to get too into it, but again, a fine man, blue collar worker, no BS kind of person, and we're really going to miss him. So to his family members that are watching and that subscribe to this channel, I just want to send out my condolences to all of you and my love and support. And, you know, if there's anything that we can do, obviously, we will do it for you. So, all right, let's get into this. All right, so the Sig P320 RXP. This is it right here. This firearm comes in many different flavors and variations. This is the RXP. This is the full-size model. Okay. The RXP stands for Romeo X Series Pistol or Romeo 1 pre-installment, whichever you choose. I've heard both. So basically, full-size pistol, and this one came with the Romeo Pro 1. That'll focus on that. I don't know if it will. Maybe it's the lighting. But yeah. Put my hand behind it. There we go. Romeo 1 Pro. Now, I purchased this firearm about, I'd say, what is this? It's June now, the beginning of June. So I bought this pistol about 9 months ago. And the purpose for buying this was I needed a pistol for a kit that I have, which is right there. That's just one of my kits. And as you can see right there is the Alien Gear duty holster for this pistol. And we also have this kit over here. We've done a full review on that. That's the London Bridge vest with the Safe Life Defense Frass body armor. That one is set up for my AR-10, my Arrow Precision, which we've also done a review on. So if you're a subscriber to the channel, you've seen it. If you're new to the channel, check it out, subscribe, check out that video. It's a pretty good one. It's got a lot of views on it. But I needed a pistol for that kit over there. That kit is more of a light kit. It's for my AR-15, my 5.56. And we're going to do a review on that also within the next few days. And we're going to do a review on that kit within the next few days. That kit is the Safe Life Defense 3A plus carrier and body armor. So, but getting back to this, the reason why I bought it was for that kit. I wanted something that was dependable, that came with a red dot, and you know is battle proven. Now the Sig P320 has had its flaws. There was a little issue with it in the way that, from what I understand, I haven't had any experience with it because this one is a newer model. So Sig pretty much took a look at what was going on and they fixed the issue. But from what I understand is if you dropped the pistol this way, it would inadvertently fire without the trigger being pulled. Why you would drop that pistol in that way, I do not know. Slips out of your hands or whatever. Another thing that I heard was the trigger was inadvertently being pulled as customers were holstering the pistol. And when I say customers, if you know anything about this situation, most of those people were police officers. They just had an issue with it firing, you know, without the trigger being physically pulled by a finger. So those were the issues that this gun or this pistol had. And as far as I know, now those issues have been resolved, and I really haven't heard of anything new. But that's pretty much, you know, the only issue that I've heard. Now I've heard a couple other little odds and ends things, like this, you know, your slide release is really hard to, you know, turn and you know, get the slide off. Your slide lock is difficult. I've heard stuff like that. Personally, I haven't had any experience with that. As far as the pistol functioning, it functions perfectly. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. The thing is with this, I'm a big Smith & Wesson person. As a matter of fact, that heavy kit that I have for the AR-10 308, I use my Smith & Wesson M&P, I believe it's the 2.0 in 40 cal. And of course, that's a debate all in itself. People are like, oh, the 9mm is much more effective. The 40 caliber is, you know, junk, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's how I see it. If you're brave enough to stand there and let me shoot you with both, and then you can tell me which one's more devastating, my hat's off to you. But my experience has been, you get shot with something, doesn't matter if it's a BB, a 22. I know guys that carry 22s. You know, a 380, doesn't matter what it is. You get hit with it, you're going to feel it, and it's going to be pretty devastating to you. But that's a whole nother subject. So getting back into this thing. So Sig came out with this in about 2014, I believe it was. And they introduced basically the P320 line. And as I've said before, it comes in many different flavors and many different variations. This one here is the full size. You can get the, and actually let's go through that a little bit. The full size one, as shown here, is the 4.7 inch barrel. It comes with a 10 round and a 17 round magazine. Now you can upgrade to the 21 round magazines. They're a little pricey, but definitely worth it. And as a matter of fact, the way my kit is geared out is I have 5 of the 22 round magazines, and I have 1 in the pistol, so a total of 6. So, you know, 130 whatever it is rounds. That's quite a bit of firepower for a pistol to be able to carry on you. I also know that you can get these in like a little drum magazine. And I've even heard that there's a 30 round version of that magazine. I'm not really too sure about that. I haven't really researched it, but they say it's out there. So if they say it, you know, if the internet says it's true, it's got to be true, right? Anyway, getting back to this thing. Full size, 4.7 inch barrel, 10 to 17 round magazines, depending on the caliber. So you can get this in many different calibers. This one's the 9mm. I believe it comes in the Sig 357. I believe it comes in the 45 ACP. And I'm not sure if it comes in 40 caliber, but it might. The pistol itself, standing up this way, is 5.5 inches tall. It is 1.4 inches wide. And it has a total length, overall length of 8 inches. That's the full size one. You can get it in a carry size, which is like a 3.9 inch barrel. We won't go into all those details, but there's a carry size. There's a compact size, which is basically the same as the carry size. Then there's the X compact, which takes your barrel down to like 3.6 inches. There's the subcompact size, which is also 3.6 inch barrel, but some of the other specs on it are a little bit different. This is a striker fired polymer frame pistol, and it weighs about 30 ounces, so just shy of 2 pounds. Slide has a nice Nitron finish, which is very durable. Don't really have too many issues with wear and tear on this, and it gives it kind of like this dull gray finish, if you can pick that up in the camera, which is pretty cool. It's a very, as far as, you know, the looks of the pistol, very attractive pistol. I really enjoy having it. I really enjoy carrying it in that kit. As I said before, this one comes with the Romeo 1 Pro. So this one's going to be a little bit higher in price than most of the other variants that they have out there. The frame is a polymer frame. And one of the biggest attractions about this pistol specifically is the fact that it is highly modular. And what I mean by that is, as you can see here, here's where the serial number is. It's actually on the polymer frame. But if we take it down, and if I can do this here, as you can see, we're clear. We're going to use this magazine. There's nothing in that magazine. We're going to take these, put these somewhere else so we don't accidentally grab them. And another thing that I want to mention about this, I haven't in most of my videos, is I paid for this. Sig did not, you know, ask me to do a review. They didn't send me anything. None of the furniture on this is sent to me for free to give an opinion on. Everything is purchased by me and owned by me. So, you know, this is going to be a pretty honest review. So if we can get this thing apart. Now, one of the things I noticed, people have said that this is very difficult to get turned around so that you can release that slide. What I've found with this is that's partially true. If you have a magazine in here, and even if the magazine is empty, this becomes almost impossible to spin around, at least in my experience, okay? And like I said, I've only owned this gun for about 9 months. Probably have put, in that 9-month period, because I do a lot of shooting, I probably have about, I'd say anywhere from 600 to 700 rounds through this thing. So it's, you know, the trial is still ongoing, but it's, you know, pretty in-depth so far. So got that turned around, release, and the nice thing about the SIGs is you don't have to pull the trigger in order to release that slide. Now, what I was getting at before in here, as you can see, the serial number's right there, and it's inside this polymer frame. All you have to do is remove your pin, if I can get it. I had it off the other day. Yep, there you go. So you remove this pin. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out without messing with it too much. But anyway, that pin comes out. Okay, your slide release pin comes out. And then this part here is actually, as you can see, I'm lifting it up now. This is actually the firearm. This is what they consider to be the gun. Not the frame, not the slide. This piece inside, your mechanism, is basically the gun. This comes out, and then you can get different frames for this pistol, which is important. For me personally, I really do not like the grip on this pistol. So Wilson Combat, I believe, makes a frame, a polymer frame for this. That's a little bit different, and I've heard nothing but great reviews on it. So I might try that out, order one of those and see what it's all about. But like I said, this can be removed. And as you can see, that serial number is part of this whole inner mechanism. So you can change that out. Let me get this back together and I'll be right back with you. All right, sorry about that. Takes a little bit of manipulation to be able to get that pin back in there. But like I said, Your slide release pin comes out, and then this whole inner mechanism comes out. Your whole firing system basically comes out, trigger and all, everything comes out, which makes it great for the modularity because you can change out the trigger in this thing. This one here, I will probably upgrade, but I wanted to do this review while the pistol was bone stock. I didn't want to do it with any of the upgrades. We'll do a review on the upgrades later. Has a great rail here, and on this one I have the TLR 7A. Pretty good light, nice little stream light, not too expensive. Got a single battery door there on the side, but this fits this pistol very nice. Great trigger guard on it. It's got a little bit of ribbing in the front. The stippling on the handle is very nice, and it has this channel here that your thumb just, you know, when you're presenting this firearm, it just fits in there so nice. And even when you're in the safety position, keeping your finger off that trigger, there's another one on this side, and you know, it just kind of, you know how you get that muscle memory and you get that feel, so you know when you're in safe mode and when you're not. This does not have the external safety. Now, this one won the military contract. I believe it was somewhere around I want to say it was 2017. Yeah, 2017. This one won the U.S. military contract to replace the M9, which was the Army's, modular handgun contract. If you paid attention to that or anything, you'll know what that means. This version is obviously the civilian version. This is the one you can buy in the stores out here and in the world, so they say. But the military has what's called the M17, which is basically this firearm, a little bit different, and it does have an external safety on it. Then they have the M18, which I believe is more of a compact. Not that it's a subcompact or anything like that, but it's just more compact of a pistol, and it's for the military. So the M17 and the M18 are the military versions, and then the RXP, the P320 series, are the civilian versions of it. All right, so let's take a look at the slide here. You got your spring, comes out, it's a little stiff. It does come out nice. Nice little spring, barrel, and then of course all your striker fire and all that other stuff. It's pretty well greased right now. Nice barrel. This one's pretty. Did I clean this one? Yeah, I did. I cleaned it. Nice barrel, and as you can see, like I said, I've put 500 to 700 rounds through this thing, and there's no chafing on here. There's no scratches or anything like that from the feed port. Even that port looks brand new. So the Nitron finish that they have on here serves this thing very well. And makes it a quality firearm, at least in my opinion. Get that back in there. She just slides right on. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Actually, I gotta turn this pin more. Turned. Put that on there. And there you go. Like I said, a lot of people have been saying that they've been having problems with this, that it's really hard to get around, if not almost impossible. My suggestion to people would be to take the magazine out. Even if it's an empty magazine, just take the magazine out and do it. I noticed When I tried to do it with the magazine in, that's when it became very, very difficult, if not almost impossible. So there you go. Pretty simple to take apart and put back together. Sorry about that. The Amazon guy came and the dogs started barking, so I didn't want to get that on video. But okay, so getting back to the modularity of this thing. Great modularity to it. Like I showed you, you can take out that entire firing mechanism. You can replace this frame. And like I said, your serial number goes with it. So you don't have any issues. Taking a look at it on the outside, like I said, you know, I've worked this gun, this pistol, many times. Still no rubbing on it. No signs of wear or anything like that. The only sign of wear that I actually have on this thing is right there. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's the tiniest of little, you know, scrapes. And there's just this like little line right here. So that is the only wear that I can see on it after, you know, like I said, the 500 to 700 rounds. As far as the sights go on the slide, like I said, this one comes with the Romeo 1 Pro, which is a great red dot. A lot of great reviews about it. I did a lot of research on this prior to buying it because this is actually my first endeavor into a pistol with a red dot. And I can tell you personally, I don't know if I like it. I do love the red dot. I do like the target acquisition on the red dot. A lot of people have said that they have a problem finding the dot at first, and that's not only on this one, but on several of the other red dots that are out there. For me, when I draw and present this thing, I'm not looking for the red dot. I'm actually lining my sights up, my iron sights. And as soon as I do that, that dot is right there. So for me, it hasn't been a problem with target acquisition. The problem that I have had with this, and it's just something that I had to work through, you know, for the first couple hundred rounds, was the fact that when you're getting ready, and we are clear here, when you're getting ready to pull the trigger, to me, you know, this trigger has a nice little take up. It's not very much. It's only that right there. Okay. But for me, when I get ready to pull the trigger, and it's not very much, you just heard it right there. That was it. The problem for me is when I get ready to pull that trigger, it just seems to me that the red dot bounces all over the place. And I'm a pretty steady shooter. I'm not an amateur by any means. As I've said before, I was a law enforcement officer for many years. And in those years, you know, you had to pass qualification every year in order to be able to carry your firearm, stuff like that. When I was in the academy, I actually won first place for the day shoot and the night shoot. And I had no Trijicon sights or anything like that. You know, I mean, and we're talking about way back in the 90s when I went to the police academy. So, you know, we didn't even have red dots back then. Basically, the biggest thing that you could get, a biggest upgrade you could get for your pistol was the night sights. I did not have those. I just had a Ruger 9mm. I didn't have a lot of money and I had to pay my own way. So I bought basically the cheapest pistol that, you know, or not the cheapest, but the best that I could afford, which at the moment, you know, having 3 kids and stuff like that, it wasn't a very fancy firearm. I mean, there was guys there that had, you know, of course, the Glocks and the Kimbers and, you know, this and that, and, you know, even some Sigs there, and, you know, they had night sights and all kinds of stuff. And for me, you know, because I was forced to learn how to shoot, and it wasn't that I was learning how to shoot there, it was just that I was learning how to engage and tactically shoot. I was basically forced to do it with the night sights, and that's where I learned that muscle memory is huge. So, in the dark, and I'm talking pitch black dark, not, just, some flashing lights behind you and stuff like that. We did it in the pitch black dark, and I won second place for the night shoot. I won first place for the day shoot. So it all became a fact of muscle memory. But for me, with this trick, with pulling the trigger and the red dot, it just seems when I get past that wall, or when I hit the wall and I'm ready to actually discharge the firearm, it just seems to me like the red dot bounces all over the place. It hasn't really affected my accuracy. My accuracy with this thing is really good, and I'm really surprised about it, because I would think that, it bouncing all over the place, my shots would be all over the place, but it doesn't. Out of the box, this thing is super accurate. That's another plus about it. And you can engage out to, for me, I've shot this at 50 yards, dead accurate, with no issues whatsoever. Once in a while in the beginning, like I said, for the first couple 100 rounds, it was low to the left, which is obviously a trigger issue, a pulling of the trigger issue. But once I compensated for that, and I became a little bit more familiar with the firearm and a little bit more comfortable with it, my accuracy improved drastically. So like I said, out of the box, this thing is just absolutely amazing as far as accuracy is concerned. I think another one of the issues that I might be having is the grip on this. Okay, for some reason, this big fat grip back here, I don't like, and I don't like it on any of my firearms. My Smith & Wesson, I have that, you can interchange the back straps on these, and I believe that I have probably the smallest one on there. My hands are small, but they're chunky, they're meaty, so it's an issue for me when I'm coming around and trying to get that grip that I want. Putting the magazine in, even if you don't have the magazine in, at least you can get a full grip on this thing. Inserting the magazine. What's going on here? Let's see. Inserting the magazine just makes it even better. It's got kind of a little lip here. It's not much. You can't really see it. And it really helps improve the grip on it. That's my biggest complaint about this firearm, period. The biggest one. I do have another complaint, and it is in the trigger. The trigger just seems kind of, clunky. See here? There's your wall, okay? And then bang. But if you listen to it, let's reset it. And then see that reset? It just feels like you're stuttering. It feels like you're hitting something and it's just jumping, and then the reset. It's not a smooth reset. And the same way with the trigger pull. It just seems, if you heard it, it just sounds very plasticky and clunky. Now, because of the modularity with this, you can replace this trigger. They do have like a flat face trigger, and from what I understand, it's much better than the one that it comes from the manufacturer with. Has a great feel to it. So I'm definitely going to try that out, soon here. I'm going to order some parts for this thing, but like I said, I wanted to do this review with the stock P320. So that is basically, everything up here on the slide, with the exception of the sights. And it does come with the higher sights to be able to co-witness inside the Romeo, so that if anything ever happens to the Romeo, you can switch that out. Now, some people have said that, the durability of the Romeo isn't really that great compared to other ones. Okay. I don't know what you're doing with it, but one of the things that you can purchase is you can purchase a shroud for this, metallic shroud that goes over it, and it protects that red dot just even more, which is another upgrade that I'm going to get for this. So the three upgrades that I want to do to this for the future are the trigger, the frame, and to get that shroud for the Romeo Pro. Other than that, I don't have any issues with the iron sights. I believe that they are very good. And as you can see, there's my red dot. I don't know if you can see it or not, but very good sights from Sig. I don't have any issues with them. As a matter of fact, I have shot this without the Romeo on, with the red dot turned off, and it's just as accurate with the iron sights as it is with that red dot. But this being for that light kit, and that light kit is more of an assault kit. It's more of a night kit. It's the one that I'll throw on if, you know, anything ever happens in the house. This pistol is perfect for that kit. It runs on that kit great. If you've been watching the channel and subscribing, you know that I run the what is that belt? Can't remember it off the top of my head, but the belt that I use for that, great belt. And that alien gear holster, man, I have nothing but great things to say about that alien gear holster. That is just an amazing holster. It's triple retention. It's got the shroud that protects the red dot. So it's a great holster. And this is a great pistol to run in that. Very fast out of that holster. Very fast as far as target acquisition goes. And like I said before, I have really no issues as far as accuracy goes with the Romeo or the iron sights. So it is a highly recommended pistol. Now, like I said, you can get it in different variations. I wanted the full size because I was carrying it on that kit. I have no intention of carrying this concealed or anything like that. It's basically just for that kit. Getting back to the frame, the modularity on the frame is that this thing is ambidextrous. So it does not have the magazine release on the right side for the left-handed shooters. However, you can take this apart and you can switch that over to this side. You can also take your slide release and switch it over to this side. And as you can see, the release on this here is ambidextrous. It's on both sides of the pistol. The stippling on the handle, great, feels good in my hand. That I don't have the issue with. It's actually a very nice stippling that's on there, and it feels really good in your hand. Like I said before, even just now holding it, it just doesn't, I haven't, even though I've shot this thing so many times and I practice with it, because I do practice, you know, draws and stuff like that, stuff that you don't do at the range, just kind of doing in your garage, making sure your firearm is safe and not loaded or anything like that. Just doing a draw and shoot, stuff like that. It just, for me, it doesn't feel, it just doesn't feel good. I don't know how else to explain it. And like I said, it's not the pistol. It's just me. It's my preference. Now, I will show you this. So this one is the one that won the military contract. So this is what, you know, every military member is going to carry as far as pistol goes, except for the fact that it's going to be an M17 or an M19. FN, however, this pistol here is the one that competed against it. And I believe Glock also competed and all kinds of other ones. But this pistol, the grip on this, and again, this is changed out. And as you can see, I've put, these are the other two that come with it. Okay. I believe this is the one that was on it when I purchased it, but I changed it out to that. And this just has a much better feel to it. Now, the thing is with this, with the FN 509, which is an absolutely amazing firearm, is, take a look here. That comes into view there. If you can see it, you know, I do have some wear marks on it. There's a wear mark right there. There's a wear mark right there. I have some wear back here on the slide, some wear right there on the slide, and I don't have anything on the end. And as a matter of fact, I just shot this a couple days ago, so it's pretty dirty, but as you can see, we're clear. Even the barrel up here, if that'll come into focus, if you can see that, has, you know, some wear on it right there. So this is the one that competed against the Sig, and obviously FN lost. And I think it was more because of the modularity, the lack of modularity in this pistol, that won the military over with the Sig. Does have, you know, a brake trigger, so to say. You know, it's split in the middle, and there's your little bit of take up, and then you have your take up here, which is a little bit more than the Sig. But that trigger, did you hear it? It just sounds so much better. And it doesn't feel, see, nice little click. It doesn't feel gritty or like a sponge is in there and you're kind of stuttering to come back to your reset. It's very crisp, very clean, very audible and pronounced. So, you know, that's what they competed against. We won't get into this. I'll do a review on the FN 509. This is just the 509. It's not the tactical or anything like that, but this is the one that they competed against. And in my opinion, the grip on this is way better, and the trigger on this is also far superior to the one that came on the Sig. And to give you an example on pricing, this, I bought this back in 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. And I probably have at least a couple thousand rounds through this. I love this pistol. As a matter of fact, I'll even conceal carry this once in a while. I like it that much. I made a holster for it. But the price on this thing is like I think I paid $530 or something for this, with the magazines. It also comes with a 17 round magazines, 10 round magazines, and I believe they have extended magazines for this, which are 22 round magazines. But like $530, let's just say $550 for this. For this one, $1,100. So, you know, $1,100, and now I have to go out and purchase aftermarket products to bring this thing up to snuff, at least for me. You know, and your pistol is you know, very personal as far as I'm concerned, in what you have on it and what you use. I carry every day the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, and if you are a subscriber, there's a video for that in our little collection there. I don't generally, I mean, I've never carried this as far as a carry pistol. In the wintertime, I have carried this as a concealed, and it feels great. I don't have any issues with it, but it is, you know, a little bit smaller than the Sig, as you can see. Okay, probably got a good inch. The Sig has a good inch on the FN, but that 1 inch makes it just even easier to carry. So, like I said, we won't get into that too much because I will do a review on that. The overall opinion of this pistol, I would still recommend it. I mean, like I've said, those issues that I have with it are personal issues. They're not something that, you know, is against the firearm as a whole, because there's people out there who will just go out and buy this thing and they love it the way it is. And they're very proficient with it. For me, I'm still proficient with it. However, I do want to make some upgrades and see if I can get a more comfortable feel with this firearm than I have right now on it. So that's pretty much my opinion on it. You know, if you have a different opinion or if you have a suggestion or anything like that, please, you know, put a comment in and let me know. As I've said before, this is my first endeavor into red dots, and you know, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I still use my iron sights when I present. I don't rely on looking for that red dot. I go right to my eye automatically goes right to those iron sights, and I've found that as soon as my iron sights are lined up, my red dot is right where I want it to be. So that for me is a huge plus. Great pistol. The price is a little bit expensive, but you know, you're getting a true, tried and trusted firearm. This thing will not let you down. It will perform flawlessly, in my opinion. I have had no issues with it. I've had no magazine feed issues with it. I've had no functionality issues with this thing. As I've said, it's pure comfort, the issues that I have with it. And those, because of the modularity on it, can be corrected. Nice deep beaver tail on this. I really like that because it really, you know, fits in there. That part of it feels very comfortable. You know, it's got the striations on here for your slide assist, you know, to be able to cock and stuff like that, both on the front and on the rear. And they're pretty hefty, so you get a good grip. No issues with that. Slide release works great. And again, like I said, this is just a very high quality firearm, and I would definitely recommend it. So, yeah. All right, everybody, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for the review today on the Sig P320 RXP. Any comments, any questions, feel free to ask them. I always try to respond within, you know, a fair amount of time, if not immediately, at least within the first day or two, to get back to people to answer questions or, you know, appreciate your comments and stuff like that. Again, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. I guarantee you're going to enjoy the videos that we have here. Again, if you are a subscriber here, shoot over to Rumble and sign up for Rumble and follow me there. It's a more the platform is just more friendly to firearms people. Nothing against YouTube. They have their rules and we have to play within their rules even if we don't like them. But you know, they demonetize you if you show you know, the firearm functioning. And what I mean by that is if you're firing it, if you're showing tactical stuff, they tend to demonetize your channel. Rumble doesn't do that. You're pretty much monetized right away. That's another thing about Rumble. YouTube makes you wait until you get 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to get there, but it's going to take a long time. They also make you have 4,000 watch hours of you know, your videos. We're going to get there too, but it just takes some time. But Rumble monetizes you right away, and you know, they really are a little bit more lax on their content, you know, what you can put in there and what you can show and stuff like that. So head over to Rumble. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's exactly like YouTube, but it's just a smaller platform. Hopefully they will get there and they will be able to compete with YouTube because, hey, we live in America and capitalism rules here. So I'm all for that, you know. But yeah, head over there, sign up for my channel there. Check out my videos on Rumble. Everything that's pretty much on YouTube is over at Rumble, and we're looking into a Patreon channel now. So again, to my subscribers, thank you so very much for your support. It feels really good to know that, you know, 123 people appreciate my opinion or are interested enough, you know, in what I'm showing to watch it and subscribe and keep up with it. To the new viewers, please hit that like and subscribe button and follow us here on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Take care.